Welcome back to the EJ Ward FieldView training series. In this video, we're going to be going over how to add and change an IoT FCT. To start out, we need to go to the Site Management folder on the left-hand side. So we're going to click that and drop it down and then go to Terminals. As you can see on the left-hand side, there is IoT Terminal Manager, but that's just after the IoT terminal has been added, and we'll be going over that in a later video. So the first thing that we're going to do is click on Add Record once we're inside the terminals grid. From here, it usually automatically comes up with a W4 FCT, but we're going to drop this down and we're going to change it to the W4 IoT. As you can see, we have a lot less data that we have to put in for this type of terminal. So first, we're going to come out with the terminal number. The terminal number has to be between 1 and 255 on the last 3 digits. So I'm going to go ahead and put 242 on this one. We're going to put in a terminal code if you want to. You don't have to. This terminal code is up to you on what you want to put it with. I'm just going to put training here. And then we're going to connect it to a site. So here I'm going to put it into a site that we made in a previous video. And then the terminal PIN number. The terminal PIN number is a number that an administrator would use to get to some of the diagnostic features on the terminal itself. So you would put in the PIN number here, and they'd be able to use that PIN number to access all the administrative functions of that terminal. So I'm just going to go ahead and put in a PIN number. And you can see that it's masked, so you can't see that PIN number. And then below we have the online checkbox, which is what we have to do for all of our terminals to make sure that they're going to be online. We want to make sure that one's checked. We also want to make sure that the active checkbox is checked as well, so it's going to be in the system when we save it. The terminal type we've already changed. And then below that we have our communications. With the communications, we really only need the MAC address. This is something you can get from the technician that installed your IoT FCT. You don't need to put in the colons for this MAC address. So a typical MAC address will have 2 letters in the beginning, and then it has a colon, 2 numbers, colon, 2 numbers, colon, 2 numbers. This is really the serial number of that network device. So that will be on a sticker inside of the IoT FCT itself. And we don't need to put in the IP address, but you are more than welcome to put in the IP address for references. So let's say you want to try to ping that terminal to make sure it's up and running. You can put that IP address there if you want. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Below that, we have the administrative functionality. So we can allow a tank level reading, so they can do a tank level reading from the terminal itself. We can do a totalizer reading, which allows them to do it from the terminal. We can allow a tank fuel delivery reading. So this is anytime they're dropping fuel, you can do it from the terminal. And then any fuel transfers, and allow the fuel transfer from the terminal. So you just want to check those if you want to be able to do them, or uncheck them if you don't. And then we click on Save. And it didn't like my PIN. I hadn't put it to 9 characters. The PIN does have to be 9 characters at least. It can be from 9 to 20. So we're going to go ahead and put in another PIN here. And you can always change your PIN later on. It's not something that's going to permanently be with that terminal. We're going to go ahead and click on Save. Once it is saved successfully, it's going to be inside of our system. So we're going to go ahead and look for it now. And anytime we want to change something with this terminal, we need to select the terminal number and not the site name, because the site name is going to bring up your site record. So we'll click on the terminal number. And then inside of here, let's say we want to change the PIN again. So I'm going to change the PIN to something else here. Then we'll click on Save, and it will change that PIN, so the next time somebody tries to log into the terminal with a PIN to do some administrative functions, it's going to have that new PIN to use, and it's all sent immediately to the terminal as soon as we save that record. This concludes the video on adding and changing an IoT FCT inside of FieldView. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.